Okay, you can start.
Okay, hi there. I recognize this face.
Yeah,
Nice to
hi,
see you.
Susanna.
Hello, great to see you. Nice to see you. Hope you're keeping cool. I
Yeah,
guess
we
I will
are.
start. Oh, fantastic. I guess I will start because I know that this is being recorded. I'll let you know who I am, though some of you may already know me. My name is Susanna Uchatius, and I'm the Artistic Director of Theatre Terrific. And who the heck is Theatre Terrific? We're a company that pioneers inclusive opportunities for artists of all abilities to develop, perform, and collaborate in the development of performance skills. We've been at this actually since 1985. And in my time, I have been the AD since 2005. We have developed and presented over 30 live productions. We run classes, choral, puppetry, all kinds of performance classes. So here today, I'll tell you a bit about me. I am an equity performer, and I've done TV and film way back then, but my heart is in theater and live performance, and also in working with diverse communities, bringing people together who normally would never have the opportunity to work and create together. So before I start, I just want to take a moment. I know that some of you are watching and some of you are just perhaps on YouTube or Facebook. The first thing that we do as human beings to connect, which is what live performance is about. It is about giving and receiving, and we connect that way. And the very first thing that we do as a human being when we come into Mother Earth and are here is we breathe. So I'll just take a moment, and if you can take a breath in and a breath out. And we share this. This connects us. So breath connects us to everything. It is the uniting element in all of us and everything that lives. So we share that. So let's talk about diversity in theater or in performance of any kind. What the heck is diversity mean? I know it's the big word now, inclusion, diversity. What does that mean? So I strongly believe that the concept of diversity and inclusion, it encompasses, the very first thing is acceptance and respect, and those two go together. Acceptance and respect. It means understanding that each individual that comes into a space to collaborate and be with fellow creators, they recognize each other's differences, they accept them, they respect them, and they see those wonderful, remarkable differences as wonderful creative tools that they can seek to learn about and to use within the collaborative creative process. So this encompasses everything, you know, from all kinds of physical abilities, socioeconomic status, ethnicity, gender, race. It encompasses all of that. So to bring that wonderful variety of humanity into a space and say, we agree that we may have differences, but we are going to celebrate and respect and actually accept those differences as gifts. So everyone that comes into a space, especially for Theatre Terrific, it is recognized that when you think of diversity, that we all come from a different lived perspective. For example, my lived perspective is very different than anyone else here in the space that we are going to use to create in. And that is a gift. And so recognizing that is the first thing is respect. And I can't say that enough, that we take the time. What we do in our process is we take the time to pass, we use a stone, and we take the time to create a circle so that we are all united and joined within that circle. And we take a stone. It's a stone that I gathered up over 30 years ago on a beach in Tofino, where there was a very strong tide, and it was rolled up literally to my feet, and I picked it up and I kept it. It was like a gift. And so we hold this. We honor ourselves first. We honor ourselves. You are here. You have gifts to give. Sometimes that can be the most difficult thing, especially if we do not have experience in performance. You know, maybe we've never done this. You know, what am I doing here? I've never been an actor or a singer or a dancer or a puppeteer. Like, how can I do this? First of all, honor, you are here. You have books in your library back here that nobody else has read. And within those books are experiences, observations that nobody else has seen or experienced. And bringing those to share with us is the gifts you bring. We take that stone, so you honor that in yourself, all of the things that you can share. And then we take a look at the person beside us. And remember, theater is about giving and receiving. So we need to connect physically, right? This body that we have, whatever it may be, it is our most verbal instrument. It speaks louder than my yakking mouth right now. It really does. How we present our body, how we use it is our language. That is really our most vocal language. So we pass the stone to the next person. It's a giving, and the person receives it. It's a very, very simple process, but we take the time to do this in silence. What that does, it acknowledges everyone within that space. Everyone within that space has value and has things to share with us that are very valuable. So that's the first thing that we do. So again, I'm going to just bring up something for the actor. You know, when we think about actor, we think, oh my gosh, what acting is all about, learning lines, and we've got to this, and we got to know when to enter and exit. That's, yeah, but you know what? That's back there. What acting is really about is the attempt to do what appears impossible. It is about not putting on costumes and makeup and wigs or whatever. It is actually about taking off. Because what we want to share is our lived truth, our perspective on whatever subject we're dealing with. If we're dealing with relationship, if the topic is about cars, if the topic is about whatever it is, the environment, what is our truth in expressing that? I don't want to express it like so-and-so famous actor. I want to express it as me, because I will express it uniquely as nobody else can, because I'm bringing that lived perspective, right? So what is really fascinating and riveting about especially performance, live performance, and what makes it magic is that we are giving and receiving with our fellow artists that we're working with, but also with audience. And they come there and they recognize and they identify. An audience, any kind of audience, you know, they may not remember what you said, they may not remember what you did, but they certainly will remember how you made them feel. And that comes from truthful, authentic expression. Okay, that's where that comes from. So the first thing is respect. The next thing is rigor. I call it the 3 R's, rigor. It's work. It's hard work. It really is. The expectation is that, you know, you're going to have to try it a couple times because maybe you haven't had the opportunity to travel that path yet, right? So you might try it and, oh, that didn't work. Why didn't it work? Because you didn't access, and it takes a certain amount of, it takes a lot of trust. That's why respect needs to be a lot of trust, so that you can access that truth of yours, right? It's scary. Don't kid yourself. It's scary. It is. Is everyone going to accept my truth? Are they going to make a judgment? Am I going to make a judgment? So you need to, be rigorous. You need to try it again, and try it again. And once you have developed that trusting circle, as I spoke about in the beginning, it supports you in giving and expressing that truth. And that's the rigor. And then one of the last things, in the 3 R's, is risk. Creating art is risky. It always is, because you're going to places you might not have gone to before. And of course, that's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it that we're going to try and, go to accomplish something that we haven't done before. We're not going to do the same old. No, we're going to take this path over here that we've never traveled before, or you've never had the opportunity or support to travel that path before. Theatrific, we seek to give you the support so you can go down that path. So we always start with respect, rigor, and risk. So those are the 3 really, really important things that we always want to firmly welcome people in, but establish. No one is up here, and we've worked with actors. We've had shows where this actor has been on Broadway with Katharine Hepburn, and this actor has never done anything. They are equal. They are equal. How do we bring them together so that everyone is seen as equal and has something to offer? I'm going to tell you a story really quickly about, we were doing auditions for a production, and we do something called meeting. We're in our circle, and we were having auditions, and there were professional actors and new people who had just come in, some in wheelchairs, some had never done anything before. We're in a circle. The idea is you make eye contact with somebody across from that circle, and then you walk towards each other, you meet, and you just share whatever presents itself to each other. I'm going to tell you that in many cases, the professional actors thought it might be a really nice thing to sort of, I'll show how what I know. I will make eye contact with a person of difference or disability. And they would make eye contact and they'd meet. And then the professional actor would proceed to tell them, the non-experienced, what they should or shouldn't do, or how to do it. What happened was, there was one professional actress, she made eye contact with a lovely gentleman who lives with Down syndrome. They met in the middle, and they stood there looking at each other for probably 30 seconds, maybe a minute. And then they both said, almost in unison, "I don't know what to do." It was so honest. And then the conversation began. It was such an equal sharing of where I am. I don't know what to do. Then you can open up and you can share. That's just a story I wanted to give to you, to just express what it means to be open and accepting and respectful. So just to let you know, yes, we do work with artists of all genders, all cultures, we're all abilities, and it's such an honor. It truly is an honor. I want to tell you that I want to give you some of the assumptions that are sometimes made about this. They will assume that because we are working with such a diverse community within a cast, that, those that perhaps have never experienced, that this is a charitable and therapeutic experience for them. And we say, no. That removes their validity. Everyone that comes into that space, and I can't stress this enough, they have something to offer. Hey, I have never experienced this, and I've been doing theater and film and all that for 30, 40 years. We are all in a place of learning and being a student. So think of yourself always as having things to learn. That's what makes it exciting. Who wants to come in there thinking they know everything, right? That's not interesting. I want to learn. I learn from the person that has cerebral palsy and speaks through a talking board. I learn from the person whose major language is Arabic. I learn from the person who has Down syndrome and lives in a group. We learn together what they have to offer, and it opens our world and makes it bigger. Also, the productions that we do, the assumptions are often made because Theatrific works with artists of all abilities, that our topics are going to be about disability or about, all that encompasses. And we say, well, no. First of all, we are human beings like everybody else. So we address topics that are relevant to humanity, to Earth, to all of us. We address topics about work. We did a wonderful show on water and the whole environmental issue of that before environment was even a big issue. So we want to address things that everyone can identify with, right? We have something to say about that. We are a living human being on this world, on Mother Earth. We have thoughts, we have suggestions, we have hopes, we have dreams, just like everybody else. And they are valid. And I can tell you very often what is offered is so rich. It is just, it goes beyond what is the accepted dogma or doctrine. And that is what makes a diverse and inclusive collaborative creative performance so remarkable. We'll hear, see, experience things that we have not had access to before or shared before. And that is so wonderful. Also, I do want to say, and this, I'm very careful of my language, especially to those who may look different for whatever reason. If you have a disability, you might look different, or you may, we have experienced again and again that we all have issues. Your nationality, your gender, your whatever, however you define what is your tribe, as human beings, the very first moment of our coming onto Mother Earth, we are first and foremost human beings. We have more in common than not in common. So we always look for those baselines. That is where we can share. So it's for example, in Theatrific, our productions, as we are diverse and inclusive, yes, they do address, they can address things that some of us experience that are very harmful. We have been bullied, we have been labeled, we have been, but if we share this, first of all, as a place of, I am a human being like everyone else in this space, we can find commonality. We share it safely. Yeah. And I also want to say there is a great joy in that. Having the honor again of working with such a diverse community. Many, and I say this not for all, it is not that we wish to appear normative. Like, why? There is no definition of normative. What makes it so rich is the beautiful variety of the artists in the space. That is the beauty. So if you think about it, and I'm just going to say this, if we were all one gender, one race, one culture, one ability, It seems quite narrow, the perspective. The beauty is to have a broad and wide open perspective that encompasses that wonderful mosaic that is humanity. All colors, all languages, all abilities, all genders. And we learn and we grow. We learn and we grow. I always say that collaborative creation is like a tree. You think about it. You plant the seed and the roots grow, and out of the trunk, we're all together, and then the branches decide, oh, this way, and that way, and then this way, and then that way. And that is the beauty. You think of all those different branches on the tree. If it was just one, it would just be a straight, it would not have branches. We want lots of branches growing in all different directions, expressing their thoughts, their desires, their hopes, their dreams in all different directions. Wow. We want that tree to spread and grow. That's what we're seeking. So when we think of diversity and inclusion, think of it that way. I'm going to share a story with you that I wrote a number of years ago, and I call it The Wooden Stairs. I was at it was an all-inclusive theater festival. I was invited in Toronto. And at the Glenn Gould Theater, and there were artists from all over the world there, all kinds of able, disabled, different, everybody. We were invited to the Glenn Gould Theater, and there a performance was put on. There were 5 actors on stage, and they were performing a story. 4 of the actors were able-bodied, apparently very experienced actors, and one of the actors was a gentleman with Down syndrome. He was really asked to do hardly anything. He was there, and I hate to say this, because he had Down syndrome. We were watching, and it was like they had simply given him wooden stairs to climb up one side and then climb down the other side, while all the other 4 actors did the acting. I lasted for about 25 minutes, and then I've never walked out, but I couldn't watch this anymore. I thought it was humiliating and disrespectful. And I left and went out into the foyer, and lo and behold, 5 or 6 other people had left. One person in a wheelchair, one person was a small actress from Australia, and we all looked at each other. And we felt a little bit embarrassed because we had all left. And then we sort of said, like, why did you leave? And we all agreed in that space that we couldn't watch this, because what we had been watching was a disrespect. And the respect that this one person with Down syndrome had nothing. There was no respect of challenge. Was not allowed to even offer. And so we actually went to the pub and we talked about this and shared why we left. And it was a real eye opener for us. So we all agreed that, that we will always honor the respect of challenge. When someone comes into a space, we do set boundaries. You must be respectful of everyone in that space. But we are going to give you the respect of challenge. That means you're going to work. You might never have experienced that. You mean I have something to offer? You mean I can't just coast and sort of indulge my whims? No, you are part of this ensemble. You are going to collaborate with us. You're going to listen to what everyone else has to say, and we are going to listen to you. So you have the right to struggle. And I'm going to say, if you're not struggling, I'd sort of say, what kind of art is that if you're not struggling? Because it is a struggle, right? You're going to attempt what is different, probably very different than what you've ever attempted before. And in the course of that attempting, of that journey, of that process, you will discover things within yourself and within others. And you will discover greater possibilities that you've probably never been aware of. And that is how art comes to be, right? That is how it comes to be. It is discovery. It is process. It is traveling to places within yourself and also within a trustful, respectful group where you've never gone before. It is always breaking new territory. You truly are forging new trails. You are that tree that decides this branch has to go here. Oh, this one has to go there. Oh, over here. And you share in that. You have a common root. You have a common strong trunk, but the branches go everywhere. And that is the beauty of the growth, especially in collaboration, right? To is to cooperate in the creation of. So everyone has value. Everyone has value. What else can I tell you? Yeah. Okay. Just saying that all abilities does not, whatever your difference might be, that does not define you. That is your book. But first of all, always remember you come as a human being. And I can't say that enough because, again, having such an honor of working with such diversity, think for a moment that we truly do share in all things. I want to read you a story, but I need to get the piece of paper. Okay, and this comes from expressing our own humility. And to be an artist, there is a humbleness about it because it's kind of dangerous, You're opening yourself up, and that's, you don't go around the street opening yourself up. You want to do it in a space that's safe, that's welcoming and nurturing. So I'm going to read you a story here from One Drum, Stories and Ceremonies for a Planet. And this is by Indigenous artist Richard Wagames. He's an Ojibwe from Ontario. And this is, if I may read it to you. Humility's energy. He talks about humility, and as artists, we accept ourselves, but it's the humbleness of that, is the binding agent that holds all things together, the glue, if you will. When we look at Mother Earth, we are looking at a truly humble being. This is where we can learn from. She offers life to everything. She grants us her skin so we can grow crops. Her hair, the trees and vegetation allow us to breathe. Her tears are the rains and waters that gather us as lakes and rivers. They cleanse everything they touch and rejuvenate the life force that exists in all things. Her heartbeat resonates in all things when we learn to listen. We are always able to feel and rejuvenate the life force that exists in all things. Her heartbeat, which each of us has, we share that, resonates in all things. We learn to listen, and we are always able to feel it. That is the nature of being truly humble. So we learn all things. We can call Mother Earth our university, right? That is where we learn all of these things. And I'm going to share my screen, if I may. I'm going to want to share one other story with you. I want to find it. Oh, I can't find it. Nope. No, let's go back. I will go back here. I want to share this with you if I can find it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Zoetech. Research. Chieftain quotes. No, oh, my relation story. I want to share this with you. Okay. Again, this is from Richard Wagamese. But this is the truth behind the stories that we share, and that is part of what collaboratively creating live performance is all about. All we are is story. From the moment we are born to the time we continue in our spirit journey, that is our time on earth, we are involved in the creation of the story of our time here. It is what we arrive with. It is all we leave behind. We are not the things we accumulate. We are not the things we deem important. We are story, all of us. And what comes to matter then is the creation of the best possible story we can while we are here. You, me, and us together. When we can do that and we take the time to share those stories with each other, we get bigger inside. We see each other, we recognize our kinship, and we change the world one story at a time. So that is where, oh, where are we? That is where we do, that is what we do in collaborative theater creation. We share our personal lived stories. And in doing that, we make the world a bigger place. We hold each other with care and respect. And we teach. We teach. I do know that after performances that we have had many times is that audiences have never seen such diversity, and addressing things like work or environment or relationship or all kinds of things that, you know, we experience through living. And they always want to ask questions afterwards. And I've always had to have the cast come out and say, they want to ask you some questions because they've never seen that kind of diversity sharing in such equality and with such humaneness and such openness in almost a scary way, you know? So, and they ask questions like, how did you get together? Or why did you get together? Why did you do this? Why did you want to come in and do this? And I remember one, he's worked with us quite often. Some of you may know him, maybe he's listening. Tyson is one of our, he works very often with us. If I respectfully say, he does live with cerebral palsy and he speaks through a speaking board, makes wonderful sounds. And one time he answered, he said, when I am with Theater Terrific, I'm not disabled. I'm not a disabled person. I am an artist. And that is the way when you come to work, that is how you should feel. That is the place you need to go to. I am an artist. I have truth to tell. I have gifts to tell. I have imaginative things that no one has ever heard. And I am willing to share them with you. And then we will knit this all together. This is the one thing with Theater Terrific is we're always, all the rhythms, the colors, the phrases, that comes from everyone that is in the space. The directors, myself sometimes being the director, other collaborative directors, what we are, we just knit it together. That's what we do. Because the voices and everything else that comes in there, it comes from all the collaborators. We have the honor of taking that and knitting it together. But it would never happen, would never happen without all of those incredibly diverse persons who come to share and give. So that's what we do. That's what we do. I guess I'm going to leave it here. I don't know. I see two people on here. I don't know if anyone else is on. Would you like to ask some questions? I would happily answer any questions that you might have. I can see you're laughing, some of you, but that is great. I can tell you a bit about classes and that. Yeah. Does anyone like to ask any questions? Yes.
Yes. Hi. Hi. Susanna. So I've written what you said. I like how you said we share our personal life history. We hold each other with respect, and we teach. All the good things that you're saying, and just I've never acted before, and I'm an individual, and you're an individual, and yes, I have stories to be told, and then how to express that. I don't know where to start or how to begin, or if I'm accepted, or maybe I'll chicken out, but I don't think so. I think life is a new beginning day by day, especially in this Omicron and this challenging COVID time, where it's wrong to think that it's over, but still. So yes, I thank you. I learned about you. So is this do I have to pay for this, or do I get an act with only disabled actor and actresses, or it's learning and growing. So we'll be on TV, or I don't know, where will we perform or something of that? Will we be given a script? Because I'm a survivor from not my fault, a severe car accident, and thank you to all the doctors and nurses and the scars that you cannot see in my body. But I've learned a lot from, learning to walk again, write again, talk, and remember who I am, who's my dad, mom. I have no idea. I woke up, I have no idea who they are. And then my brother, so it's always, relearning, and the only person that stops me is me. But I would really like to have a supporter that can perhaps turn this world around, collaborating with many other artists and individuals, and see where that go. Although there's some hard emotions on my shoulders that I have experienced, and it's really tough, and I have to have a thick skin, and I have a heart, and it's really sad that even though they're hurting me, re-hurting me. And so I don't think that's a good a way to kind of teach the world that if you suck, you always suck, and you might as well die. I don't want to have that attitude, because I think eating healthy and being in relationship, it's hard now, especially when I can no longer drive. So I'll let you talk. Thank you for listening.
Okay. No, Sheena, thank you for sharing that. First of all, for example, we are working on our big community production right now. It's a little late for you to come in because we started.
Okay.
When you come to audition for this, you do not pay, we pay you. Okay. Yes, we do. We pay you. Nice. And then
thank you. I got to really hard now. I won't let you down. But it's just scary me going there. You see, how do I get there? So I'll let you talk. Yes, right.
Yeah. No, it's just, what you do is you come into the space. We are going to have some online classes. I think a choral class, a puppetry class, and an acting class. First of all, there is a fee, but no one is turned away. If there is, an issue about, hey, No one is turned away. I want you to understand that, because that's
nice.
understood. And then also understand, especially the self-judgment that, and we all have this. Artists, we are the hardest on ourselves all the time, right? We just judge ourselves relentlessly, and I always tell the artists that I have the honor of working with, first of all, do not work for approval, other people's approval, or even your own approval. You work, you attempt, you sort of say, okay, I'm going to step over that threshold of fear and doubt, and I'm going to try. And it probably won't be good. It might be kind of messy the first time. It's going to be, but it's taking that first step to step over that threshold of fear and doubt. You step over that, and that first attempt, that's the first step. Okay. And you just keep doing that, and just know that when you do that, and when you work within an ensemble with Theatrific, that is valued hugely by everyone. We have made it a practice. We also have worked with some deaf, and whenever I say thank you, it's like this. This is the ASL for thank you. We thank everyone after they have contributed. Thank you. No matter what it is, how difficult it was, you may feel clumsy or inadequate, we thank you, because you had the courage to step over that threshold, and you offered something. And the offering, that is more than anything. So I would say, if you look,
before it pops in my head, that's what I've done, where it's not acting, but when whoever sings, I just do it. So I harmonize, and sometimes it clashes and sometimes it blends really, really well. So I really miss that when I was on the sort of the emotion toward that part. Then now that chorus singing is more dangerous when you're not vaccinated, and so I just don't want to end up sick, you see. So I lost that. It's sort of, wow, I didn't know I can do that, but it sounds really nice, and I want to do more of it, and then so it's not the same, Zoom choir and being in a group and being with everybody, and the energy, and it's just the experience that is wow, so I miss that. So that's a challenge, and thank you. I understand what you're saying. So a new avenue is acting, so you never know. So
I'll tell you that our choral class is also live now. It will be starting live in the fall.
Oh,
so what you do is
I love to do that. Okay.
Yeah, you go to the Theatrific website, and it will give the classes and when they're starting. Okay.
Right.
And
so I don't know how to do that. You see, I'm no longer tech savvy. So so maybe if you can give that to me, or talk to Emily Chambers or something of that, where I can begin in terms of.
You are
Sheena. Yeah, Sheena C. Hand. Okay. Yes. There's many Sheena Hands in phone book.
Okay, because I will tell you that actually what is beautiful, and we've done research on this, is singing accesses a wonderful different part of your brain. And it's for example, we did a wonderful research project with a beautiful person, Kieran, who had locked-in body syndrome. And I say this with respect and care because he has passed, but he was very difficult for him to speak. And so what we did is we found a key on the piano, and we hit that key, and we spoke to him in a talk-sing voice like this. Yeah. And we found that he could have a conversation with us. When you are singing, especially if you've suffered some trauma, you are accessing a different part of your brain than speaking. And sometimes it is far more accessible, and it offers you a way to express. So our wonderful collaborator Tyson, he sings in our choir with sounds, and it's beautiful. We love it. Nice. Welcome it. So just know that if you're, again, willing to step over that threshold,
Yeah.
self-doubt and say, okay, I'm going to try. Awesome.
Yes.
So more than welcome, always, always. So those are the things that, yeah, if you can look, I will get hold of Emily. She's at, what is that through Connectra, or is it?
Yes, Emily Chambers, Connectra. Yes, Connectra.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I will do that. And it's just to think about that. So in the fall, and when our production does come up, we are going to be performing Zoetech. It's called Zoetic, which is a Greek derivative for the word to live. And it's all about connecting with nature. So
yes.
we are going to be performing on Granville Island. Our first show is September 9th at Sculpture Park. Come and witness.
Okay.
Come and witness, and it'll give you an idea. Sculpture Park on Granville Island. You come and witness, and it'll give you an idea of what we do. And we'd love to welcome you. That would be wonderful.
Oh, how much is the ticket there? Can you pass this information to Emily Chambers or Graham Weinman? Yeah. But I think it's maybe Emily Chamber.
I will. I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Tickets are bought. We've done, I think 17 shows now with the Vancouver Fringe Festival. The tickets are purchased through the Vancouver Fringe Festival, not through us. So there will be a website with a place that you call to ticket.
I see. So, I don't know how to do that, but thanks for letting me know about
Emily,
that. Okay.
Emily, I'll let Emily know. I have her contact information. So that's so that's great.
How wonderful. Okay.
That's great. Good. That's awesome.
So now that the production of all of this, I guess maybe that's beyond me, because those are professional actor and actresses or something of that. But I just want to step over my self-doubt and maybe harmonize and sing because of the power of music, and then perhaps perhaps the emotions can touch other someone there and maybe save their lives or something. I don't know. In terms of humanity.
Don't say professional actors. You know what everyone that we work with, when you talk about professional, yes, it is rigorous, it is work.
Yes.
And we have the respect of that. Like I call it respect of challenge always. But know that there are those that, like, for example, in this production, there are those that have never done anything like this before. And we're all in there together. No, it's not like, oh, you have to be. No, it's that you come in with an open and giving heart. Okay, that I'm open and giving and wish to be here and wish to share. And there's nothing about.
That's nice. I'd like to be in that production one day. What you're saying is just so awesome. So hopefully that goal will come true, where nobody like me says, well, where can I start? This is, all what you said is so inspiring. And where can I take this step, to get there? But then, life, thank you for making life interesting, with all of this, challenges besides living a new disabled life that I have to come to adjust to and just live and still be happy. So sorry to take your time, Susanna, and thank you for time.
I thank you for sharing so much of your truth. Like, wow, here on this sort of public thing, and you're sharing that says something right away. That really does, Sheena. Says you have lots to offer. Would love to have you in our next Fringe production. I think it'd be marvelous. I hope that you show up.
Yes, I don't know. Now that we're talking about it, just tell Emily that, and hopefully I'll get there. And then the lady behind you, because she's in my square dancing class that I used to be with her parents. Hi, can you unmute yourself? What is your name again?
Elizabeth. Well,
that's right, Elizabeth. Good to see you, Elizabeth.
We know Susanna because Roy used to act. Roy used to be involved with Theatre Terrific, and I was doing some volunteer work, so we know them. But I just asked Roy if he was a professional actor, and he said yes, he is. So.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. It'd be wonderful to have the both of you back. That would be
Wow.
marvelous.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
we should get that, yeah.
Yes.
That would
No.
be wonderful.
Okay. So what about Elizabeth? Are you in this production? Elizabeth? No. Yeah, Elizabeth, are you in that or
No.
volunteer?
No, I'm not involved with it right now, but
Oh.
it's a thing that I've been thinking about going back, but I'm involved
Yes.
with a lot of other stuff right now. So.
Yeah, me too. It's
Yeah,
been so long
yeah.
now. What do you mean, Roy? You mean the square dancing teacher? I thought his name is Wayne.
No, Roy's my husband. You
Oh,
remember?
Roy. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Have I met him before?
Yeah. Well, we used to dance together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, say hi to Roy. Yes.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna gather you beautiful people in. Okay, the both of you. It's so wonderful to share. Let me just gather you in.
Okay.
And if I can just, because I know that we have another 9 minutes left. Okay. Ooh, and let's see, I just want to read. If I may, I read you a poem.
Sure.
And it's just something that kind of, I think, speaks to who can come in and why they come in. May I read that to you? It's called The Bite of the Night. You know, the bite of the night. So, and it goes like this. They brought a woman from the street and made her sit in the stalls by threats, by bribes, by flattery, obliging her to share a little of her life with actors. But I don't understand art, she said. Sit still, they said. She listened to everything, understanding some things, but not others, laughing rarely and always without knowing why, sometimes suffering disgust, sometimes thoroughly amazed, and in the light again said, well, if that's art, I think it is hard work. It is beyond me, so much beyond my actual life. But something troubled her, something gnawed at her peace. And she came a second time, armored with friends. And again, she listened to everything. And this time she understood different things. This time, untroubled that some things could not be understood. And sometimes she suffered disgust. Sometimes she found it interesting. And sometimes she was thoroughly amazed. And in the light again, she said, this is art. It is hard work. And one friend said, oh, it's too hard for me. And the other said, I will come again. And she said, I will come again because I found it hard and I felt honored. That is the honor of challenge when you come together to collaborate. It's scary, you know, but you come together. It's we make it a sacred space that is in trust. Everyone is heard, everyone is listened to, and everyone is acknowledged. And again, I say it again, everyone that comes into that space and is willing to honor those boundaries of listening and sharing makes for a very rich and strong production that is a big, strong tree with many branches, and it's beautiful. Yeah. So I just want to share that with you, that we really, we celebrate, like if both of you can come again, and absolutely Rob again, would love to have him, that we celebrate those that step over that threshold, come into the space and say, okay, I'm here and I don't know what I'm doing and I am afraid, but I am here. And so we seek to support you in making it safe. First of all, you feel safe and you know you can trust everyone in this space to support what you have to say. And then we honor your gifts. You know, again, you have shared some of your gifts. And when you share those with us, it's like, wow, you know, so we would love to have you come on board to share. It's, yeah, look at our website. You can just Google Theater Terrific for those of you that are listening or watching on YouTube or Facebook. just Google us, have a look. There is
Okay.
an email that you can ask some questions. You have some questions, ask away. That's good. Questions are always good. Ask away. We'll make our best, do our best to answer you as best as we can. And if we can't answer, we're going to ask somebody else, hey, how do we answer this? Okay, because we don't have all the answers, but we are truly seekers. We really do. And we love to hear the different lived perspectives and experiences and stories that diversity, inclusiveness has to bring and give to us. You know, so respect, rigor, take a risk. That's what we offer. So I really thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
One more. Yeah, sorry,
Sure.
Susanna. Now, thank you for reading The Bite of the Light. You said, I find it hard, and then what?
I find it hard, but I will come again. Because I found it hard, I felt honored.
Aha, there it is. I like that.
Yeah.
I felt honored. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is the belief.
That's good. That's not a giver upper. Say,
No.
oh, it's hard. I won't do it. But it's challenging, and so it's I find it hard. I'll come again, and I felt honored. So I think the sacred space is important, where you don't feel like threatened. Emotionally and physically, by someone that is sort of like quiet and not wanting to tell you and quiet. I don't know. It's always, like in an apple, there's good apples and there's bad apples, and you can't do anything about the bad apples, until your house is in danger. That's when I feel, whoa, I have to listen to my gut and instinct or something of that. But anyway, that's life experiences. So thank you for saying that. I find it hard, but I'll come again, and I felt honored. So and sometimes I just say, okay, that's not for me. I think I'll just
well, let me tell you one other thing. What we do before we start, especially in developing a collaborative production, is we will all sit together and we will write our self-contract, and each person will say what it is they need. What in working in this space, these are the things that I need to support me in being here and giving and receiving. And we'll write it down. And we will.
That's awesome. That's not selfish. That's I find that's meaningful. Where you're not just following everybody's rules and agenda, and I feel out of place.
No, it's just everybody
has
different needs, and we need to become familiar so that we can collaborate, right? And some people have things they need to share. I need I need you to be patient because I have to type my words into my talking board. So we learn to wait, and those are all things that are needed, right? So we write that down. So everyone, we keep that. That's our contract. We keep that so that there is also, there are boundaries. There are those that speak less and are a little more shy. What do you need to make it comfortable for you to share? Right. So we always do that. We call it our self-contract. So we do our self-contract, and then we share that with everyone. Yeah. Anyway, I have time's up.
Okay.
I tell you, so let's just have a look at each other. It's so wonderful to see the people that I do see. And you know what we do? Let's just give our breath, and let's do that because we're on Zoom. Can we do that? We're going to give. Can you show me your hands? Can we do that? Can we give?
Yeah.
We give and we receive. We receive. And I thank you. I thank you for being here with me. Thank you so much. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for your beautiful saying. That was just awesome. So yes, I look forward to reading more about this. Yes.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.